Okay, I can hear that noise. Good. Good. Sound is being picked up. Alright, let's get started. Alright, let's get started. For real. So, let's see. Today was day 1 of Pokemon Go Wild Area Global. And today, I caught... let me see. Today, I caught 12 shinies. I caught a Rockstar Pikachu, a Costume Snorlax, and then I caught a Helioptile, a Alolan Geodude, another Helioptile, 2 Skrelps, a Quillfish, Electrike, Voltorb, Bellsprout, and Venipede. I got 12 shinies today on day 1. Sadly, that's not a lot of shinies. And what's even more sad is the fact that I paid for the ticket. The ticket that should have boosted shiny odds. So if I didn't spend $16.99 plus tax, I would have gotten way less than 12. So, yeah. So I did buy the ticket, because I've experienced these kind of events before without the increased shiny odds, and they suck. I caught all of those in Safari Balls, except for the Costume Pikachu. Nah, that one I just had to catch in a regular Pokeball. Everything else, I caught in a Safari Ball. Normally, I catch shiny Pokemon in a regular Pokeball, but just for this occasion, I caught them in Safari Balls, because technically they'd be even more rare, considering this event might only happen once a year. We don't know yet. This is the first time this event's happened. So, maybe it'll happen once a year. You know, and the Safari Balls disappear after the event's over. Like, disappear from your inventory. So, if this does become an annual event, this will be the only way to get certain shinies in Safari Balls, thus making it even more rare than a shiny in a Pokeball. And also the Snorlax, well, I had no choice but to use Safari Balls, because I got that from a raid. First raid of the day I did was that Snorlax, and I got a shiny first try. Sadly, that was the only shiny out of a raid I got today. I did not get a single shiny legendary from a raid all day, and I tried like hell. Because it turns out, well, for this event, only 4 legendaries were available in the 5-star raids, being Origin Form, Dialga, and Palkia, and Primal, Groudon, and Kyogre. Now, to my surprise, all 4 of them, you catch them also in Safari Balls. So you bet I wanted the shinies in a Safari Ball, just for the rarity's sake. You know, you can get a shiny Origin Form, Dialga and Palkia, or a shiny Groudon and Kyogre in a Premier Ball anytime. But a Safari Ball shiny? That is rare. That is not likely to happen. So I really wanted to get them, and you bet, if I would have gotten one, I would have best buddied it. Sadly, I didn't get any. So tomorrow on day 2, I'm going to try like hell to get at least one. And you know what? Speaking of at least one, today I also got 3 hundos. I got a Paldean Wooper from a research, and then I didn't get just one. I got 2 hundo Mighty Toxapex. I did not get a single shiny mighty Pokemon at all today. I am so sad about that. Not a single shiny mighty. But, you know, I got 2 Hundo Toxapex, so I'm thinking, like, has the universe chosen Toxapex? What? Has the universe chosen Toxapex as something significant for me? Where I didn't just get 1, but 2 Hundos. And, you know, I was also thinking, when I got the Hundo Wooper, I was thinking, like, because I got it out of a research task, you know, out of a field research, I was thinking, like, ooh, let me Safari Ball this. Potential Safari Ball Hundo. That's what I was thinking at the moment, and then it turns out it was a Hundo. So I spent an absurd amount of money today trying to do more raids, and no shiny. No Hundo from the raids either. To this day, never once have I gotten a Hundo out of a raid. Never once. So I only got 12 shinies and 3 Hundos. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. Before this event ends, I want at least 1 shiny mighty and 1 of the 4 shiny legendaries available. I'm really aiming for Origin Form Dialga, because I don't have one, still. I have plenty of Origin Form Dialgas, but not one of them shiny. And I think I have a regular form Dialga shiny. I still don't have a shiny Origin Form Dialga in my Pokemon Go. I don't have an Origin Form shiny Palkia either in Pokemon Go, but, whoops. The reason I want Dialga more is because the shiny is much better. I already have shiny Groudon and Kyogre in my Pokemon Go. So that's why I'm prioritizing the Origin forms. And because one shiny is better than the other, that's the one I'm prioritizing most. So I want the most shiny Origin Form Dialga in a Safari Ball. And you know, the thing is, maybe this wild area event will become an annual thing, kind of like Go Fest. Maybe it will become a thing where it happens once a year. I mean, hell, they programmed the Safari Ball into the game already. They're not gonna have this be a one and done and never come back. The thing is, we don't know. At this moment, we don't know if this will be an annual thing. More than likely it will be, but we just don't know yet. So that's why I really, really want to get Safari Ball shinies before, you know, if it doesn't come back. You know, the FOMO is real. And who's to say that if this event comes back next year, it will once again be Origin Form Dialga and Palkia, and Primal Groudon and Kyogre in the raids again. Because, you know, if they did the same raids for the same event, wouldn't it be kind of boring? Wouldn't they want to change up the raid bosses? Right? So I want these shinies in a Safari Ball for the sake of rarity. You know, it's kind of like when you were able to get a shiny Necrozma in a Beast Ball. We don't know when we will ever get the chance to do that again, if ever again. So I raided like hell to get a shiny Necrozma in a Beast Ball. And I got one, thankfully. I have it best buddied. You know, because Necrozma isn't always going to be in a Beast Ball. Necrozma's in a Premier Ball. Or at least that's what you get when you take down a Necrozma raid. And then when it comes to the Ultra Beast, you have like a 50-50 chance, right? Depends on what Niantic feels like letting you catch them in. Either Beast Ball or Premier Ball. So, Ultra Beast in a Beast Ball or a Premier Ball, that's not a big deal. Necrozma in a Beast Ball, that's a big deal. So tomorrow, I will be spending lots of money, I mean, trying very hard, to try to get these shiny legendaries in Safari Balls. I want at least one. Obviously, I want all four, but, oof, that's a lot of money. So, how did you guys do today on day 1 of Pokemon Go Pokemon Go Wild Area? Day 1? Let me know. Let's hope this doesn't get flagged again. Because it didn't before, but then it did that one time. So today also just wasn't that good of a day for me. Today wasn't really much of a great day for me. So actually, how this day started off, I woke up a little bit early, just because the Pokemon Go event started at 10 a.m. Well, 10 a.m. is when I normally wake up. And then I actually start moving around, you know, in a car on my way to work around 11 a.m. So that would have been an hour of grind time gone. So what I did was I woke up like a little bit earlier, just so I'm not drowsy, no pun intended, just so that I'm not half asleep the moment I wake up. Because what I wanted to do was, the moment it hit 10 a.m., throw down an incense so that maybe I could get something. I did not, but it was worth an attempt. So I woke up a little bit early just to throw down an incense the moment it hit 10 a.m. And as I was in my bathroom getting ready for the day, I was shaving, and then I saw in the mirror that the corner of my lip was completely covered in dried up blood. I'm just like, whoa, how'd that happen? And then I remembered instantly, like, oh yeah. You know how sometimes the side of your mouth, it busts open because it's so dry? Yeah, that happened to me yesterday. And then I think yesterday night, I forgot to put on lip balm so that it hydrates and heals while I was sleeping. So at some point in the middle of the night, it started bleeding. I actually haven't checked if there's any blood on my pillow. So yeah, the side of my lip has busted open because it's too dry. That's what happens around wintertime. It gets cold and brisk. Unless you put on lotion, get ready for this to happen. And then, well, the rest of today, I think that my entire day was basically ruined. Like, I was put into a bad mood rather early on. Not only because, you know, today was a pretty busy day for me. I kept on running around, playing Pokemon Go. Not really getting too many shinies. Like, that was frustrating, mostly because I paid like 20 bucks for the increased shiny chances, the increased shiny odds, only to get like 12 today. That's less than a community day. And I actually had to pay for it too. So yeah, I was also... Yeah, there was that, running around not really getting too many shinies, despite paying for it. And then, something that happened early on that really just put me in a bad mood the rest of the day. So, right now it's around Black Friday season, Black Friday time. Things are going on sale, prices are going down, you know. So, a friend of ours from work, he works at a Bell. And my mom and sister, they were just like, hey, since he works at Bell, we could take advantage of that and the Black Friday sale. Because my mom's thinking about switching to a new phone. I think my sister is as well. I don't really need a new phone. I'm not desperate for a new phone right now. I think a new phone would be helpful, of course, to play Pokemon Go. Because Pokemon Go still lags and crashes a lot for me, but I still push through and play the game because I'm a goddamn G. So a new phone would be nice, but isn't that the case for anything, A new phone, a new computer, a new car. Yes, that would be nice. But do I need one right now? No, not really. I don't really need a new phone right now. Nor do I think I really need to switch to a new phone plan. I don't know anything about my phone plan. My family deals with that. So anyways, I don't really feel like I need a new phone right now. Yes, it'd be nice to have a new phone, but I don't really need one. So my mom and sister, they were saying, like, I should get a new phone. And then my sister was like, well, why don't he go over to, Bell and ask him himself? He's a boy. He needs to do these things himself. So that argument right there, I already don't like. It's a good argument to say guys should be independent, right? But my sister just loves using that argument, like I'm a boy, so I need to do more. You don't see me in front of my sister's face saying, why aren't you cooking and cleaning the house more? You're a girl. Right? Suddenly that doesn't sound as good anymore, now does it? Like, I don't talk to my sister like, why aren't you doing all this stuff because you're a girl, right? I don't say that stuff. But all of a sudden, when she says it about a guy, then there's no problem. It's okay. So she was just saying like, well, she was talking to my mom and saying, why doesn't he go and ask himself? He's a boy. He needs to do more of this stuff himself. He needs to do this himself. And then, I don't remember exactly what they talked about, like exactly what they said, but the topic went to like, is he really in need of that? Like, is he really desperate for that? Does he really need one? Does he want one? Will he actually put in the effort to get a new phone if he wanted one? Like that my sister was saying that stuff. And then my mom's like, he doesn't put any effort into anything. He puts effort into shitting. And then at that moment, I'm just like, nope, I'm done. I'm not taking the slander. I literally picked up my food and I walked out. I'm just like, nope, I'm not going to take this. I'm not just going to sit down and listen to the two of you, throw slander my way. I'm just going to get up and I'm just going to go. I didn't say anything to them. I don't think they even realized I was pissed off at them. And what really hurts the most is that what they said isn't wrong. Like, I realize the person I am. I realize how lazy and dumb and incompetent and worthless I am, right? I realize that if I died the next day, nobody would care. But, it still hurts when you're told all this stuff, to actually hear this stuff, When you're actually told that, you're lazy, you don't do anything. When you're told that, you don't put any effort into anything besides stuff that doesn't matter, like truly actually doesn't matter, yes, that stuff stings because you get offended, but also because there's a hint of truth to it. And I know people will make the argument like, well, why don't you change it? If you know you don't do anything, why don't you change that and actually do something? Well, that's the point. Well, that's not the right way to say it. That's the thing now, ain't it? I'm just a bad person like that. I know my own shortcomings and I don't put any effort into fixing it. I am just a worthless piece of scum just like that. And I was busy today as well, doing something that is important to me, but ultimately, actually, doesn't matter. in the long run, in the grand scheme, in my life, honestly, does not matter. Obviously, it's Pokemon Go, right? I was playing Pokemon Go today. While the event and playing the event is important to me, realistically, it doesn't matter. It's a video game. It doesn't matter. I'll live if I don't play it, if I don't get the things I want in the game. And then my dad joined in and basically said all the same thing about me. So, hearing my entire family absolutely shit on me, it just put me into a bad mood all day. So I woke up early, my lip is busted, I paid to get even less shinies than a community day, and my entire family, is throwing absolute shade my way. So it's like, yeah, today was a bit of a rough day for me. Well, let's see if I can get a shiny tonight to cheer me up, as if I hadn't gotten enough today already. So I do have one thing to talk about today. That being I did watch episode 8 just before starting this, but I'm not going to talk about it just yet. I'm going to wait for that one friend of mine to show up before I start talking about it. Earlier tonight, after dinner, I just had time. Tonight's Saturday, not a lot. Not a lot's on TV tonight. So because nobody's using the TV, and God forbid I watch my shows too late in the night, because I am legally not allowed to, because my family takes up that time to watch their shows, I figured, well, I got time, nobody's using the TV, let me watch an episode real quick before starting this. And I did just that. Just before starting this, I watched episode 8. And I'll talk about it when that one friend of mine shows up. Let's play a different song just so this one doesn't get flagged for any stupid reason. Oh yeah, by the way, so I did collect all the eggs again, except for the last one. So I have another 800 eggs. So, if I don't get the second shiny Panpour, you know, within these next eggs, then this hunt will have been the longest yet. Hatch number-wise, not necessarily by time-wise. Because nothing's going to top that Patrat. At least I hope. Because when I was hunting Patrat, I didn't get the bright idea to pre-walk the eggs ahead of time yet. I'm just an idiot like that. I just don't think about things. You know, the other night, like 2 nights ago, my family was suddenly woken up at 5 in the morning because our doorbell rang. I was thinking, like, who could possibly be ringing our doorbell at 5 in the morning? I checked the security cameras and I didn't see any person standing there. A part of me was expecting to see someone, you know, some crazy person standing there, face right up to the camera with a huge smile, like one of the monsters in From. And if that were to happen, I was afraid that, you know, we opened the door to confront the person who rang the doorbell, we would all be dead. That was just my crazy 5 a.m. imagination. No, but when the doorbell rang at 5 in the morning, I checked the security cameras and I didn't see any person standing out there. So I have a couple of theories on what could have happened. One, just an unfortunate glitch in the system that for some reason rang at 5 a.m. Like almost 5 a.m. on the dot. Took me a couple seconds or a minute to wake up and realize what was happening. Number 2, oh, this one's my mom's theory, the wind. Maybe the wind was so strong it actually pushed the button. Or if not pushed the button, then caused something inside to, you know, trigger the actual ringing. So my mom was thinking maybe the wind. Or number 3, maybe a rat or a mouse climbing up the wall pressed it. It's not the first time, like, you know, looking through the security cameras, I've seen either mice or rats crawling up my brick wall, you know, the brick wall that is the outside of my house. Wouldn't be the first time I've seen rodents climbing up the wall. And maybe it just wasn't caught on camera. Maybe it was just a certain angle that it wasn't caught on the camera. You know, we actually have like maybe a small rodent problem right now. My dad believes there are like mice or rats or whatever kind of rodent in our garage, and he's been trying to catch them. Now, unless I'm wrong, won't wintertime just solve that? Won't they just freeze to death out there? Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, maybe they'll find a place in the corner to huddle up and make a nest to stay warm. I don't know. Regardless, my dad wants them gone. So he has, like, mouse traps and whatever set up out there. Well, I don't have too much else to talk about today. Twas the Pokemon Go Wild Area event. I'm so sad I didn't get a single shiny mighty Pokemon, and I tried. I was actually saving my Premier Ball, not Premier Balls. I was actually saving my Safari Balls for them. Because I thought they would spawn a little more frequently than they did. But they didn't. They were like extremely rare to find. Extremely hard to find. And you know, finding one that is shiny is also extremely rare, but not impossible. Man, I can't believe I got 2 Hundo Toxapexes. I would have really liked a shiny double XL mighty Gyarados, though that clearly didn't happen. In fact, I didn't get any shiny mighty at all. I did get a 98 IV Pidgeot, and that's, you know, the only other best mighty Pokemon I got today. Everything else was just, you know, 3 stars. Nothing too special. I do have to say, though, like, if this event were to continue in the future, please give us a mighty Charizard as an option. In my Pokemon Go, I want a double XL Shundo Charizard. Now, I know that's not likely to ever happen, but if these wild area events keep on happening, then this is going to be my best chance. Only problem with that is, I would like my double XL Shundo Charizard to be in a Pokeball. So, you know, and also mighty Pokemon have an extremely good chance to flee. That's why you use the Safari Ball. So yeah, if and when the time comes, will I risk it to catch it in a Pokeball, or do I just say, nah, this hunt is way not likely enough to happen again? Let me just Safari Ball it and just call it there. I'll probably just Safari Ball it just to say I have one, and then, for the rest of my life, try to get a Pokeball double XL Shundo Charizard. Until that day, you know, one day. And I only want a double XL Shundo Charizard. While yes, I would like that to be the case for Greninja and Decidueye, I don't want it for them as much. Only because I prefer the regular over the shiny. I prefer regular Greninja over the shiny because I like the blue better. And same thing, I prefer regular Decidueye over the shiny because I like the green better. But the reason I like shiny Charizard over the regular is because I like the red better. So I guess you could say I would also like a double XL Hundo Greninja, though that's not as hard to get, as a Shundo Charizard. Someday, I think the game is more likely to die before I actually get that. I'll be more likely to actually die of old age before I get all three. Unless I save the life of Niantic's CEO, and he was like, let me do you a favor for saving my life. What Pokemon do you want in Pokemon Go? And I say those. And you know what? Even if I am just gifted the ones I wanted, I wouldn't feel like... I wouldn't have the feeling like, oh man, I didn't earn this. It's not as special. Oh, hell no. If I'm just given exactly what I want, you won't hear me complaining. And before anyone suggests, well, what if someone tries trading you, you know, a double XL, double XL shiny Charizard? If someone trades that to you, you have a pretty good chance for it to be a hundo. See, yes, but then I want to catch it myself. I want me to be the OT. I know that's different in Pokemon Go, but still, I don't want it to come from another person's account and then trade it to mine. I want to be able to get it myself. So yeah, if that's the case, I'm just never gonna get it. Maybe by the time I'm 80, it'll finally happen. The odds will finally happen. Because remember, there's no way to isolate a certain hunt in Pokemon Go, because the events and seasons keep on changing. So Charmander may come back at one point, spawning in the wild. It's going to be gone in like a couple weeks. And then I'll have to wait like, who knows, a year or two for it to spawn in the wild again. I'm actually really tired today, so I'm pretty low on energy today. Woke up early, I walked around a lot more than usual for Pokemon Go. I think I walked more today than I did all week. Maybe it's time to change up the music. Please don't stop the music. God, that's an old song. I'm an old person. Is this right? Is this the right song? So, I also checked exactly which amiibos I'm missing, and majority of them are Yoshi. I don't have the Smash Brothers Yoshi, I don't have the Mario series Yoshi, I don't have the Mega Yarn Yoshi, and I don't have Poochie. So I don't have any of those. I don't have Cloud or Corrin Player 2. I don't have Mario series, Luigi, Rosalina, Wario, and Yoshi. So I don't have those 4 Mario series. And I don't have Orange Inkling Squid from the Splatoon series. Not the Inkling Girl, the Inkling Squid. So those are the 8. Yeah, so not Mega Yarn Yoshi or Poochie. The 8 amiibos I'm missing that are still reasonable for me to get: Smash Brothers, Yoshi, Cloud, and Corrin Player 2. Mario series, Luigi, Rosalina, Wario, and Yoshi. And Splatoon, Orange, Inkling, Squid. Those are the 8 that are still reasonable for me to get. The ones that I'm missing that are unreasonable for me to get anytime soon: Mega Yarn Yoshi, Poochie, QB, and Dark Turbocharge. Wait, was it Turbocharge? The Dark Donkey Kong one. The Dark Skylanders Donkey Kong one. Yeah, it is Turbocharged, because Bowser is Hammer Slam. So I don't have Dark Turbocharged Donkey Kong. Yeah, that's not easy to find these days, now is it? Okay, give me a sec. I'm just gonna be right back. I think I need to turn off some lights in my house. Alright. I also went to get some chocolate, because I'm just a fat, worthless waste of space. I also have to remember that the stove is on right now, because my mom is brewing some soup. I turned it off myself before starting this, because she told me to. I did hear earlier that she came back downstairs, so she turned it back on, just to keep it at a light simmer. She's making soup for tomorrow, because one of our coworkers is going to come over for dinner tomorrow. Let me check something. You know, it's getting close to the end of the year. Obviously. I think I saw an Instagram post that's like, it's almost 2025 and you're still single. It's like, oh shit. Oh shit, that's true. But aside from my, like, you know, lack of a love life, something else that tends to happen towards the end of the year, from what I've seen, is people posting, at least on Instagram, their Spotify, their #1 song of the year on Spotify, I think what it is. I don't know, I don't use Spotify. I kind of go the old-fashioned route. If there are songs or music I want to listen to, I look it up on YouTube. It's exactly what I'm doing right now to play these songs. I don't use Spotify. I don't know how to use Spotify. I've never used Spotify. I don't know how it works. I've never seen anyone use Spotify. And frankly, I don't think I'm in the need to use Spotify. I'm sure if I were to begin using it, I will find it to be mad convenient or whatever. But I don't really feel like I need to. You know, there's nothing wrong with the way I do it now. Just literally look it up on YouTube. If it ain't broke, right? So yeah, every year when people post their Spotify top 10s or whatever, yeah, I don't understand what it is and I don't participate. Because I literally don't use Spotify. I don't know if you need to pay for it or not. That could go either way. I could either get answers like, obviously you have to pay for it, idiot, or obviously you don't have to pay for it, idiot. I could get either answer. I'm going to get one or the other. Well, excuse me if I don't know because I've never used it. You don't have to be that harsh about letting me know about something I've never used before. So what if it's the norm and I just haven't used it? I don't know if that friend of mine is going to join, because I asked him when's he joining, he didn't reply. I hope he's okay, you know? Like, there are moments like this where I send someone a text who normally would have responded because of, you know, the topic that we're discussing, being the show he desperately wants me to watch. Like, by now he probably would have responded. Hope everything's okay, hope he's not in in any trouble, like a car accident, because you never know. Oh, only one egg hatched there. Hold on a second. My dog keeps licking his arm, and I need to constantly check on him. Okay, I'm back. The reason he keeps licking his arm is because there's supposed to be a scab there. When we brought him to the groomers, just over a week ago, I think like almost 2 weeks ago, we asked them to take a look at it because, you know, he's licking at it constantly. What's going on there? They said there looks like a scab there for whatever reason. And you know, you pick at a scab, not only will it never heal properly, it just won't heal, period, if you just keep on picking at it. So he keeps on licking his arm, and you know, every time I spot it, I try to have him stop. I don't want to put a cone on him, because, you know, he's old now. Like, he's a 12-year-old dog. But I don't want to put a cone on him. But, you know, I also want him to stop. Well, that's 3 boxes. Another half a box. And we'll be halfway done for tonight. You know, I had some lamb for dinner. It tasted great at the time, but now that I keep burping, the taste keeps on coming back up and it's kind of gross. Kind of seems like everyone's a little busy tonight because no one's joining, no one's tuning in, which is fine. You know, everyone has their own lives. Not anyone would, in their right mind, actually join and, watch me do this for, how many hours has it been total? Has it been 100 hours on screen yet? No, I didn't do 50 of these yet because, 50 times like 2 hours each. No, I haven't done this for 100 hours yet. Let's see. I see 27 parts of this I've done. So 27 times 2. That's 52. Wait, no. No, that's 54. 52. This is why I don't do mental math. 54, and let's say, like, because it's not a clean 54, let's just round it up to a 60. Let's just say a clean 60. There is like 60 hours worth of footage of me doing this. Hey look, no shaman feedings here. No shiny, no. Perhaps now that you're here, it'll bring the luck. I'm still waiting for that friend of ours to show up so I can talk about the From episode, because for once, I'm actually going to praise an episode. Like, honestly, I actually am going to praise an episode. But he's not here. The one person who I watched the show for, and he's not even here. Here, let me send you a screenshot of all the shinies I got today during the Pokemon Go event. All of those are caught in a Safari Ball, except for the Pikachu. Oh, 2 eggs hatched there. You know, it's really strange how, for these monkey eggs, not for the Patrat eggs, the Patrat eggs were pretty, what's the word? Uniform? Standard? Like pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent, there it is. The Patrat eggs were pretty consistent with the number of steps it took to hatch. All of these monkey eggs, unless I forget to put it into the PC box before walking around to collect the next egg, all of them have the same number of steps put in. But for some reason, some eggs just hatch faster than others. It's like the number of steps is randomized for these monkey eggs. So I don't know why sometimes some hatch faster. I swear, all of them have the same number of steps put in. You're just on the edge of an egg walk cycle, probably. What does that mean? Oh, we are halfway done for tonight. That is 3.5 boxes. Another 3.5 equals 7, which is all we're going to do for tonight. I just thought I technically could split it clean into half. Because I do 7 this time, I do 6 next time, because that's all I have left. I could stupidly do 6.5 today, and then 6.5 next time. But why? Why would I do that? Why would I do any of that? Stopping at 6.5 boxes just doesn't feel right. Why wouldn't I just, go go the clean 7 and just do 6 clean boxes next time instead of splitting that last box in half by doing 6.5 just for the sake of like evenness. See, look, only 1 egg hatched there. I still have 5 more eggs. Wait, that's not right. I still have 4 more eggs. So I don't know why sometimes it's randomized to where 1 or 2 eggs have more steps than the rest. And I don't know what on the edge of a walk cycle means. Well, I got nothing else to talk about. Did you guys play the Pokemon Go event today? You already know how I did today on that. I don't even have Pokemon Go installed. Well, you're missing out on not spending money for the game. I'll be honest, Pokemon Go is the most expensive free-to-play game I've ever played. You haven't played a real gacha game then? Do you really want me to? If I spend as much money as I already do in Pokemon Go, do you really want me to? Do you think that's really a good idea? I mean, no, I haven't. I misspoke there. I mean, I have Genshin installed, doesn't mean I played it yet. And I realized, like, I've been told because I haven't started playing yet, I've missed out on some events. Womp womp. Well, too bad for me. I'm really scared to start playing Genshin Impact just because, you know, it was compared to an open world. Its open world was compared to, like, Breath of the Wild. What scares me the most is that the game keeps on updating, keeps on getting new content added. I'm afraid if I start playing the game, it will take me like 3 times as long as I did... Wait. It will take me like 3 times as long to beat the game as Tears of the Kingdom did. I already waste enough time of my life as is. I mean, for God's sake, look at exactly what I'm doing right now. And is this going to benefit me at all in life? No. That's a hard no. In fact, it's doing the opposite. It is doing negative effects on my life by wasting my time. And yet, here I am doing it. In a sec, I gotta go outside and double check again. Do I need to turn off some lights? That lamb flavor keeps coming back, I tell you. Give me a sec. You know, it's getting cold outside. No surprise there. We're just about to hit December and winter. It's not cold enough right now, though. It's not cold enough yet. One, because there's still no snow outside, but there is still rain. Well, not right now. It rained a couple days ago. So it's not cold enough yet for it to be snow. And two, there are still spiders in my house. The other night, I saw 2 spiders basically side by side at the exact same spot. When it's cold enough, those little shits just don't come out. It's the best part about winter. I don't have to worry about any spider, any centipede, anything of the sort at all for the next, 3 months. And it's wonderful. Whoops. Is that still tilted? Oh yeah, it very much is. You know what I really don't understand? And I've said this many times before. I constantly get stopped to be asked for things. And I don't know why it always happens to me. Now, I know obviously it happens to other people, and I'm just not around to see it happen, right? A couple of days ago, I got asked, like, I was walking around playing Pokemon Go like I usually do, and I was stopped to ask, like, I forget what the guy asked me. I think he asked me, like, where the bathrooms are. It's like, it's nothing bad, it's just an innocent question, so I told him. And then another time, also a couple days ago, I was stopped, and this lady, she asked me, first of all, she asked me in Cantonese, so I could actually vaguely understand, so thankfully I wasn't asked in Mandarin. Actually, the guy who asked me where the bathroom was Mandarin. And then I had to tell him, sorry, I don't speak Mandarin for who knows how many times now I've had to say that. To someone Mandarin stopping me and asking me for directions. So this lady asked me in Cantonese, so I vaguely understood. She was asking me for directions, like which direction is like the entrance of the mall. I forget exactly which one she said, like which of the 4 directions she said. She stopped me and she was asking me like which way is like, I don't know, like Buckbean. And I'm just like, what the hell is that? Well, I didn't say that to her. I'm just thinking to myself, what is that? West? I don't know what that is. And even if I did know which direction that was, I don't know where that is without a compass. I don't know the top of my head which way is north. So I think she asked me what direction Buck is, and in Kanto that's like one of the 4 directions. I don't know which one that is. I know it's not north or south, I think, because north is Dong. I really don't know. So she asked me which way is the particular direction of the entrance to the mall. I'm just thinking to myself, I don't know where that is. I don't know what direction you're asking me. So I just pointed to a direction for her, like security's over that way. Maybe ask them. It's like, why do people keep on stopping me and asking me things? Like, it just constantly happens, too. It's innocent, right? It's nothing malicious behind it, but I just can't help but notice and wonder, like, why is it always happening to me? And majority of the time, it's Mandarin people asking me, and they just so happen to ask the one person out of the whole crowd who doesn't understand what the hell they're saying. So it's like, why is it always happening to me? There has yet to be a third time where some, churchgoer stops me to try to, preach to me about the Lord himself. Our Lord and Savior. That happened twice. Just walking around and I was stopped by someone trying to stir up conversations like, do you have time for me to talk about our church? I'm just thinking to myself, oh shit, not again. I think I can go another year, another Black Friday before upgrading to a new phone. Like I said, I'm not in too desperate need of a new phone. All I really do with my phone is watch YouTube, play Pokemon Go, make phone calls, and, do shameful acts on it. What? So I don't really need a new phone just to do all that. Honestly, if I were to get a new phone, it would primarily be to play Pokemon Go. Because, yeah, Pokemon Go kinda is, not great to play on my older phone right now. It's inconvenient, it's frustrating, but you know what? It's bearable. It's manageable. You know how many times my game crashed today? Just playing casually? It crashed at least I don't know, 24 times. And I'm not exaggerating. I don't know if this dude's gonna show up. And if he doesn't, oh well, I guess I'll talk about the episode next time. It's not a big deal if I do or don't. Okay, I think it's time to change up the music. Yo, this Panpour is really stubborn. I wonder, are we over odds for the second one yet? I'm gonna check after this. Because I think we are. Because we got the first shiny in the previous batch of 800 eggs. And, yeah, we are well into the second batch of 800 eggs this time. I need to check. I need to know how many eggs we're at now. And is it full? Is it over odds? Okay, let's take a look. 8, 16, 17, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we are 20 boxes in, 20 times 30. That's 20 times 30. That's 600. And let's see, 600, 6, 12, 18, 19, 20. We are 620. And yeah, that's definitely over odds. Uh, 620. We are 108 over odds. And the more we go without a shiny, the more over odds will be. Whoops. You know, to this day, I still have the same nightmare of missing an assignment for school. I still have the same nightmare where in my dream, I had like an entire semester to do some sort of assignment. Welp, I didn't do it. Like, I had a dream not too long ago where I had a semester-long assignment in high school. And I am years after high school. Like, I still have dreams that I'm in high school and I forgot to do an assignment. You know, then I wake up and it's like, oh yeah, not only did I already graduate high school, I already graduated college. Yeah, I really don't have anything else to talk about. That one friend of mine ain't showing up, so I don't want to talk about the From episode without him. I'm sure he would have been happy to hear me praise an episode for a change. You know, he didn't give me the luxury of being super satisfied, super hyped up by an episode of a show I recommended to him. He didn't give me that chance. And yet here I am returning the non-existing favor. Well, I say that as if I didn't trash on the entire show up to this point. And you know, I will not stop stressing this. He complained about the opening scene of the Walking Dead pilot episode when he recommended a show like this to me, where it's nothing but talking. Oh yeah, you know what? I could mention this I thought about. Now, it's not about the episode, but it is something I thought about. So, his ass wants to compare this to The Walking Dead. Well, I have a question about that now. If you really are comparing this to The Walking Dead, I have a question that I thought about. The animals that we've learned just randomly spawn in like Minecraft. You know, all the livestock, the chicken and goats, they just randomly spawn in. The people said they don't even know where they come from, they just randomly appear. My question is, do they go into a barn at night? Like, are they enclosed in a barn, or do they just stay outside in the pen? Right? Because we still don't know what these monsters do. Do they eat humans? Do they hunt for sport? We don't know. If they actually eat humans, if they eat meat, is it... Pause on that. If they actually eat human meat, is it just humans? Or do they hunt other animals too? Other, you know, red-blooded, other red, warm-blooded animals. Like walkers do. So yeah, do they not attack animals? Do they not attack chickens and goats? Or do they, and even the animals need to be protected? Like, are the chickens and goats inside of a barn that's protected by a talisman? Or are they just left outdoors in the pen, and the monsters just don't attack them? So it's like, you want to compare this to The Walking Dead? Do these monsters attack animals like walkers do? I really can't believe he actually compared the show to The Walking Dead. There's almost no similarities besides just surviving creatures that want to kill you. You can actually say that's the case with a show like The Last of Us, because that actually does deal with a, you know, zombie type apocalypse. trying to think of what else I can play. I can't play Ark anymore. You know, I didn't realize we didn't have a pure ice type until Snorunt in Gen 3. I didn't realize that up to that point, all ice types were either like water types or something else. At least it's not as bad as taking 5 generations to finally get a pure flying type with Tornadus. So the other night, a couple friends of mine asked if anyone wanted to join them for dinner. They were gonna go to this place called like Ko Lipe. It's a Michelin star restaurant. I'm like, do I want to eat at a Michelin star restaurant? Of course I do. But one, expensive, and two, I already had food at home. So I sadly passed on joining them. It looks like a Thai restaurant, I think. Oh, I'm seeing now a friend of mine said very affordable, pretty big portions. Oh. Well, there's always a next time. Can you tell I'm just really tired today? Only 2 eggs hatched there. Again, with the randomized steps. Let me also double check. When did I get that first Panpour? Was it like the 11th or 12th of the month? Yeah, it was the 12th. And today's the 23rd. So it's been almost 2 weeks since we got that Panpour. That first Panpour. Imagine if I was doing this full odds. We'd be here for a year before I even get one. You know, something else I've kind of been inspired to hunt on the 3DS, but it won't be part of, you know, Legend ZA preparation hunt, because I highly doubt that this Pokemon will be in the game, and if it is, cool. That Pokemon is Spinda, because I had completely forgotten that, you know, ILCA completely screwed up. If you catch a Spinda in BDSP, it cannot go into Pokemon Home. And if you transfer a Spinda from 3DS to Pokemon Home, it cannot go into BDSP. I don't know. So, like, the only way to get a shiny Spinda into Pokemon Home is the 3DS. And I would assume any future game where Spinda is programmed in. On the Switch, that is. So, like, if Spinda does show up in Pokemon Legends ZA, first, I find that pretty unlikely, but second, if it is, then, you know, prep hunt it. But I'll probably do this afterwards, after I'm done all this, just for, you know, just for myself. It's like, hey, I have a one-of-a-kind shiny Spinda. That's mine, and will never see the light of day in a game until another game comes out where it is compatible, or IOCA fixes their shit and updates both the game and Pokemon Home, which, let's face it, that's just not going to happen. When has Pokemon been one to update their games to polish it? they'll release a couple of bug fixes every now and then, but to actually like fix the game so it runs properly, when have they ever done that? So why start now? Scarlet and Violet are still a hot mess. It's definitely better than when it first released, don't get me wrong, but in terms of like the overall game, it is still a hot mess. And they never fixed it. They just, you know, stuck their fingers in their ears and it's like, nope, can't hear you. Nothing's wrong. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. Gen 1 was riddled with bugs and glitches, so if there's anything to take away from this, at least Game Freak's consistent. They programmed their game filled with bugs from the very start. You know, they were definitely better with it throughout the years, but then I guess they kind of just got nostalgic for old time's sake and they decided to not put in as much effort anymore. At least when it comes to quality control. You know, I'm not even keeping track of how many eggs I have left. Let's take a look, shall we? I have one full box left to hatch. It's not that bad. I do have to edit in those pictures, though. And I don't have anything else to do today. Or tonight. Oh, how'd the 3D get turned on? You know, also for some reason, right now, the Mario Odyssey wedding outfit amiibos for Mario, Peach, and Bowser are up for pre-order again. I don't know why. It's not like there's a, new Mario game coming out where these ones would be compatible with. And I don't really need them anyways. I already have, back when high school, when these first came out, I dragged my friends along with me to go to the nearest GameStop during lunchtime so I can actually buy them. Because my lunch period just so happened to align with, GameStop opening. So with lunch period, the moment the doors open, I walked in, it's like, the new amiibos, please. Thank you, my good man. Man, my friends hated me for doing that. They hated that they had to follow my ass to go to GameStop to buy the new amiibos during lunch period. But yeah, not only do I already have them all opened, I recently bought all three again sealed. Because I got an alert from Amiibo Alerts on Twitter that the 3-pack was being sold on Amazon for like a decent price. It was like $100 for all three in a 3-pack. I'm just like, okay, a 3-pack is pretty rare, That price, while a little bit more expensive, it's not that big a deal, especially for a 3-pack, all three of them packaged together. Because, one amiibo these days in Canada is $21.99. $21.99 times 3. $65.97. And then you add in tax, $74.54. Whoops. Just making sure the 3D's turned off. So it's like I pay an extra $25 to get the 3-pack. It's like not that big a deal. It's not the end of the world. 20 more eggs tonight. This is not looking good, folks. Does not seem like we're getting a shiny. It's not looking good. Well, I suppose the rest of the night I can go without any particular music playing. I think we only have 10 more eggs tonight. Another unsuccessful night of shiny hunting. Well, I suppose it's fine. I did get 12 other shinies in Pokemon Go today. Yes, you can see how long my fingernails are. Alright, we only have 5 eggs left tonight. You're on an ad right now? Well, too bad. We're about to end this. You had all of tonight to show up so I can talk about From. And you choose the very end. Well, too bad. Guess I'll talk about the episode next time. He didn't hear anything I just said because he's on an ad. Well, no shiny tonight. I'm once again just gonna at least double check. Make sure there wasn't a shiny that I missed. No From story tonight? No, I waited for you to show up so I would talk about the episode, and you never did. So I guess I'll talk about it next time. And you know what? Tonight I would have actually praised the episode. I would have actually said good things about the episodes for a change. You know, the thing that you never did for me? Because you quit the show, you never got a chance to tell me that was a great episode? Wow, let's discuss the really great episode I just saw. You never did that for me? You did for Arrow? Well, you still quit the goddamn show, now did you? Well, no shiny tonight. Okay. I'm gonna call it here. I need to edit in those pictures. Well, see you all next time. Goodbye.